I started with saxophone, and I think I was very saxophone centric when I first got into jazz. But then I would even fast forward past the trumpet solo or past the guitar solo. But gradually I kind of realized, oh wow, I'd be listening to, say, Clifford Brown with Sonny Rollins, and I go, wow, he's playing some really great lines. Those are amazing. Those so melodic. And so I remember one of the first non-saxophone solos I did, I think, was Clifford Brown. And then I definitely I started being inspired by Herbie and Keith Jarrett and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I think in a way it can help diversify you if you check out other things and be inspired by other things, not just your own instrument.
Make it sound a little less like.
I know some people who for them they're their kind of source of inspiration. I think it's Mike Stern is like this. He listens a lot to saxophone players, tenor players and stuff like that. And that's one of his main. That for him is a kind of a big source of inspiration, because in a way it's a different instrument, so he doesn't have the whole stigma of well, I'm going to sound like Pat Martino if I listen to Pat Martino, or I'm going to sound like Metheny if I listen to Metheny. So it kind of helps keep it a little fresh sometimes. So it can be good, and sometimes it's great to just not even listen to jazz, as much as if you're playing it a lot, especially, sometimes not listening to it can be good too, and just to check out other kinds of music, or sometimes even just empty your ears, not even listen to music for a while.
Wow.
There's all kinds of phases. It's all phases. You just go through phases and you write. I mean, I used to be a junkie, and I used to carry around cassettes. Before the iPod. I used to carry around, tape cassettes like in a briefcase whenever I had to go somewhere for more than a few hours. If I was on a flight, maybe going home for Christmas, I'd carry this cassette thing, and I had to have all my certain cassettes with me. I want to hear a little bit of that. So yeah, I was definitely a music junkie. I still am, but
it's very deep thinking about sometimes you need a break from music altogether.
Yeah. To
have that freshness when you're.
Yeah, you can especially when you're learning and you're cramming so much in, and you're study, listen, and it's really intense. It's just after a while, you kind of you forget about the joy part sometimes if it's so intense.
Yeah, that is true. That actually really happens.
Yeah. That's why we have Christmas holidays.
Yeah, exactly. And about talking more specifically towards the Brazilian community, I haven't checked if you have been to Brazil and if you have played there, and do you have any sort of experience regarding Brazil that you'd like to share?
Well, I think I've always loved Brazilian music, but I went through a phase particularly where I kind of got really into, I think maybe sort of started with Javan, and I got really into him, and then I got really into Toninho Horta, and Milton. And so I've had kind of a love affair with Brazilian music. I think also I was really into of course Jobim and Bossa Nova, and I think when I started learning guitar, some of the stuff that I started to learn was, I remember having that João Gilberto solo stuff, and I remember just kind of learning some of that kind of helped me with some of my voicings and stuff like that. And I've always been a fan of Brazilian music. I think they're some of the best songwriters. They have really incredible sensibility, melodic sensibility and harmonic sensibility, and I mean, I'm not the only one who knows that. A lot of people know that. Wayne Shorter, and Kurt Rosenwinkel. A lot of people like Brazilian music. It's Stan Getz. I mean, but I haven't been to Brazil yet, though. Sadly, I would like to go. I've come close. There's been a couple things and it hasn't happened. But someday, it'll happen. And I'm a big fan. I think I've learned a lot about music through Brazilian music, and I've even written some songs that are sort of Brazilian-esque.
That's incredible. Yeah. And just to finalize, I usually ask this to people that I admire. If you had to suggest 5 records for a young player to listen to,
oh wow. Like jazz records?
Jazz records.
Jazz
yes.
records. Well, that's a tough one. Maybe Art Blakey. This is one of my maybe okay. Cannonball Adderley live in San Francisco. Miles Davis. My Funny Valentine. Art Blakey. Free for All. Wayne Shorter. That's tough. I don't know. I'll just throw one out there. Native Dancer. Coltrane. That's tough too. There's so many good ones. How many have I given? 4?
4. Yeah.
Oh wow. So, that's tough. No Bird. I didn't do any Bird. Yeah, it's tough. That's a hard one.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, yeah. Blue Train. It's a good record.
Yeah, you mentioned Blue Train, the Clinic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's much appreciated. Yeah.
Thanks very much.